Hello and welcome, listeners, to the Rogue Valley Roleplayers. My name is Ben. I'm here tonight with Austin, Ed, Rosemary, and Nick. They all keep changing their seating arrangement to mess with me. It's not working. It's working. Yeah, we are here to play Valley of Famine. Once again, my name is Ben. I am the Marshal. I am running the game, putting these players through hell.
I'm Austin, playing Macario the Clown. Why is he a sad clown? Because he's stricken with grief over his beef.
It's funny because it's sad and true. Alright, I'm Ed. I'm playing Daisy Gilmore, the weird scientist, but people call her Railin Daisy because she's gone off the rails on a crazy train.
I'm Rosemary. I play Deputy Rachel Jane Kennedy. She's a hexslinger.
I'm Nik S. I'm playing Haru Matsuhara, the samurai.
Alright, so when we left off, you were escorting the survivors of Boxar Ranch back to Jacksonville. You're making your way through the Ashland Mountains, or the Ashland Hills, whatever. You'd gotten to kind of like a small pass, not anywhere specific that I can think of in the Rogue Valley, but I'm sure there's such a place. You look behind you and you saw a bunch of these monsters that you've been fighting gathered on the edge of the forest. And you decided to make kind of a last stand, if you will, to give the survivors time to try and get away. So you're trying to hold the pass against these creatures. And you saw that one monster that you had previously seen. It's changed since you last saw it. You'd fought it at the grave dig and set it on fire and it'd run away. And now it's back. It's a little bigger than it was before. It's still got some of that charred fur from its previous encounter, but it's also got these huge, like, bat wings that have grown out of its back. And yeah, it's still got that elk skull head and those big, round, glowing eyes. And it made a gesture, flipped its claws forward and pointed, and the creatures assembled with it came loping forward. There are more of these skull-headed things. About 12 of them come loping out of the forest towards you. And before we go to the cards and get to combat initiative, Austin, describe to me a terrain feature in this little pass that you're defending that is going to give your characters an advantage.
There is a tree branch that's built into the side of the pass that has a big pack of snow on it, and if we were to give it just a little tug, that snow is going to fall down and halfway block up the pass, meaning that these creatures are going to have to funnel themselves through a smaller area.
Okay. Sure. That works. Nick, describe a feature of this pass that is going to be a disadvantage towards your characters.
I think there's a lot of rocky outcroppings coming off the sides and along the trail itself that they can use to protect themselves from, like, gunfire, also leap down on top of us from above.
Okay. So they've got cover on their approach. They've got opportunities to flank you. Rosemary, describe a feature of this pass that is going to be an advantage for your characters.
We'll say maybe there's like the remnants of kind of like other little mini avalanches. So maybe some trees have already fallen over and have just kind of made it so they have to, like, clamber over some fallen trees to get to us.
Okay, so it's a little more difficult for them to get to you. There's debris, there's fallen logs.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that'll make it harder for them to reach your position. Daisy, describe a feature in this pass that is going to provide the monsters with an advantage.
Monsters with an advantage. Well, we have this already rocky terrain. As much as it's a disadvantage to them, it sounds like it's also a disadvantage to us. It's also making it difficult for us to move around as well, is what I'm saying. We can't retreat to get anywhere because it's rocky.
Okay, I
got
gotcha. So it's kind of a no retreat option here.
Has like the rest of the ranchers moved on? Is it just us four who are staying behind to fight?
Yeah, I mean, they're not... The ranchers aren't making quick progress, but they're probably just about ready to round a bend in the forest or the path and go out of sight. But definitely, if you fall here, if you don't stop these monsters, they're gonna easily overtake the survivors.
But there's none in the actual immediate vicinity of us.
No.
Oh, okay.
Charlie Wise, I think, was really the only guy with a gun, or at least the only guy trained with a gun. They probably have a few scattered firearms and rifles and stuff, but I don't think any of them are really trained marksmen. This ranch was pretty isolated, so there wasn't like a whole lot of range wars going on for them. So definitely they didn't have like a militia.
Well, yeah, I was just curious if we had to worry about women and children.
No. Well, I mean, you do,
yeah.
but you don't. So we're going to do cards now. Everyone ready? Everyone excited?
Yep.
Everyone terrified?
I'm ready to be sad.
All right, motivated.
All right.
I'm motivated to cry.
All right, Haru, you got a jack of diamonds. Oof.
6.
Oof. 6 of hearts.
Is that a straight
Rachel.
that you just dealt me?
2, 3, 4, 6. Almost.
That would have been great.
But on the bright side, you did get rid of a lot of garbage cards there that probably would have...
Been great for our enemies to have.
Yeah.
And here
Yeah.
comes the 2.
Yeah.
Daisy, no, you got the jack of clubs. Macario, you got the king of spades. Now here comes the joke.
I know. I'm gonna be mad.
And for the wolf skull monsters, no, actually that was shitty. That was terrible. That was awful. That's a 6 of clubs. Macario, you're up first with the king of diamonds, spades. I can differentiate shapes. I passed kindergarten.
I'm proud of you.
So Macario's going to try to hook his lariat around that tree that was along the side of the canyon.
Okay.
He'll say, Haru, help me pull, please.
We're going to do this in 2 parts. So give me an athletics roll. Let's see if you get over to the tree. Because it's a small pass, but it's still quite a bit of territory to cover.
Ooh, I ain't going to do it.
You want to spend a Benny?
No.
Okay. You get part way there. I'll tell you what. It's a long stretch. It's a little far for your lariat. But you can roll your fighting roll. I think it's what you use for your lariat. At a -4 to
Sure.
try and get this off.
Yeah, we'll give it a shot.
I mean, you're Macario. You can do this.
If anybody can. No.
Nope. All right. Yeah, you run out there. It's a little hard going because there's all these rocks that are in your way. You're moving around them, and you get your lariat going. And you're in a rush. These things are loping down towards you, and you toss that lariat out, and it falls just short of this tree or these trees. You've picked the one that's going to be the linchpin that caused this whole thing, and it falls just short, and so you're reeling your lariat in, and that is your turn. And Haru, you actually are up, so you hear Macario calling you for help. You see these things loping down the hill. Lazarus is standing there in the snow next to you.
I think since he wasn't able to do what he was going to do, he would at least put himself in position between them and Macario.
Okay.
I will defend you all. I will protect the people, the ranchers, and I will protect you. Do what you can to impede their passing.
God damn it. Of course you fucking would. Well, this reminds me of far too many battles I fought in the war. Let's make a good fucking end of it, huh? And he fades from view, and you feel a strength in yourself, like, and you realize maybe all this time, since the very moment you woke up in that coffin, right after you die, it's you realize your body's been fighting you every second, every step of the way, because Lazarus has been fighting you every step of the way. And now that he's not, it's almost like you were alive again. The world seems a little sharper, your reflexes are a little better, you're moving a little more fluid. What's your Dominion at?
-4.
-4? Well, guess what? You add a +4 to everything you do.
Okay.
Because Lazarus has that much control, and when he's working with you, things are just that much easier. Like I said, it's a world of difference.
Okay.
All right, I'll continue to fill these roles.
Yeah.
Sure, it won't go wrong.
No, nothing wrong here.
Nothing wrong here. What could possibly go wrong? One day Lazarus is going to wake up and be like, oh shit, I'm in control forever. Oh no. Daisy. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on a second. So you're putting yourself into position, doing any powers?
I'm going to activate protection and deflection.
All right, so you're mapping.
Yeah, mapping.
First, go ahead and give me an athletics roll to see if you get into a good position to head these things off.
Nope.
Nope. All right. Yeah, you're trying to kind of analyze the ground in front of you and figure out just where exactly is a good position. Currently there's a lot of ground to cover, and so you can do the rest of your actions just fine, but you don't get into like that good position to totally meet these things and grab their attention. Unless
Actually, wait. +4 to what I do, right?
That is true.
So
yes.
6. Actually, I would have succeeded.
Oh, all right. Well, that's a different story then. That's a simple success. You get into position. It's not the perfect position, so some of these things are... If they get to you this next round, or on their turn, if they get to you, some of them are going to bypass you. But you're going to... Yeah, but you are going to snag the attention of several of them. You're going to get in their way.
Okay. Now I'll do my mapping for protection first. I got a 7.
All right. That's a success.
And then... Wow. 13. So,
that's a raise.
yeah.
Which power was that?
Deflection. So
Nice.
-4 to enemy attacks.
Okay, so that's your turn. You got those powers activated. You got into a decent position. Not the perfect cinematic position, but a decent position. And yeah, you're a little ways ahead of everyone else as well. Daisy, what are you doing?
All right, at this point, I'm dropping back, and then I'm going to cast armor on myself. But I'm falling back from the rest of the group so I can, get ready for artillery shots as these things
I gotcha. I don't think you need to make an athletics roll to fall back. I can't imagine you're falling. Are you, how far back?
Just
significantly?
Just kind of walking pace back.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, putting more distance between me and everything else.
Sure.
So I can
Sure.
artillery from here on.
Yeah, no problem.
But first, armor. Or protection, it's called.
Yeah.
And that's an 8, so I get a +4 to my armor.
Nice. All right. Rachel.
I would like to step into a area where she's got as clear as she can make it.
Yeah.
No lines of sight.
Give me an athletics roll. And then we'll see from there. Athletics roll. There's really not a whole lot of options going on, but I see you blowing up that D4.
7.
7? Okay, yeah, you clamber up onto one of these rocks, this rocky outcropping. It's a big boulder, and you climb up onto it, and you've got a better field of vision going on. It's not perfect, but yeah.
And then I'd like to cast aim on both of my guns.
Both of your guns? Okay, so one of those is going to be an action.
Right.
So you get one for free, and then doubling up is going to be an action.
A 5 on... I think that's not retribution anymore.
No, retribution's gone.
Her new gun. So yeah, she's going to cast... that's just -1, because it's not a raise.
Right.
And then for rage, a 5. So they're both with the minus
-1
One
for
call
cold
shot
shots
penalty.
and penalties and stuff. Okay, their turn. So these wolf-skulled creatures come loping forward, and I'm just going to make a group athletics roll for them. I'm not going to roll the die 12 times unless we want to be here all night long.
No.
No.
All night long.
All night long. Oh dear.
Uh-oh.
All right.
We do want to be here all
6,
night long.
7. Got a 9. That is a... Ooh, but they've got trees in the way. 9 minus 2 would be a 7. So they get partway there. They're being held up by some of these fallen logs and bramble and whatnot, or kind of slowing them down. They don't get into melee range of you yet this round. But yeah, they come loping forward, running and charging, and breaking from the tree line. You see, so this one winged monster is just standing there. It's got its head kind of slightly cocked. It's got its pretty. If it were a regular elk, it'd be an impressive rack of antlers, but it's just all the more terrifying because it's not a regular elk. It's a fucking horrid monster thing. But it's flanked by 2 of these other elk-skulled creatures, and they start walking forward, real casual, like. I mean, there's no tood to their movements, but they're definitely
it's not
like
slow motion and cool.
No, it's not. But it's just very like they've got all the time in the world, and they just go walking forward. They're not running. There's no quickness to their pace, and that's them. That is them. So new round. Haru, you got the Queen of Spades. Rachel, you got the Queen of Hearts. Hey, Daisy, that is your name. You got the 8 of Spades. Macario, you got the 3 of Clubs, and you don't have anything, right? Okay. And the monsters, the wolf skull monsters, get a fucking 4 of Hearts.
Thank goodness.
And the elk skulled monsters get a 10 of Diamonds. Haru, that's you.
They're not onto us yet.
They're not on you yet, yeah. So you have like another opportunity to get into a better position if you wanted. Or, if you really wanted, you could try and get up ahead and clash with them in battle.
I'm going to map again and do smite and speed.
Oh, sweet. Okay. All right. Do you want to try and get to like a better tactical position? Because your position was
I like
good, but it wasn't like perfect.
Yeah, a better tactical position.
All right, go ahead and give me an athletics roll. That's just going to be a movement thing. It's not going to affect your mapping.
7.
You do it. You're in position to take all 12 of these things on.
Okay.
Rachel, it's your turn.
So she can see these elk skull monsters.
Mm-hmm. They're at long range, and I think they've moved close enough that they're in long range. The winged thing is just either there is no shot. There's no way. That's outside of the range of your guns.
I will fire a long barrel special though at one of them.
Okay.
And then just a regular bullet against one that might be like one of the ones rushing forward.
Sure.
6, 7, 8. So that's a raise.
Sweet.
Oh, nice. So there's 9, 15, 17, 18 damage.
That's going to be shaken in 2 wounds, which I'm not okay with. He only soaked 1 wound, so...
So she aims rage at one of these fires, and the bullet comes out, and it goes forward, and then it vanishes.
You know, it blinks out.
Yeah, and then it blinks back in. Yeah, right,
Hits
kind
it
of
in
in
the
front of
shoulder.
it. Yeah, and catches it in the shoulder.
Yeah, and it kind of whirls to the side, and you see a spray of blood. It's a little hard. The range is a little hard to see, but yeah, there's definitely a spray of blood, and it flinches, kind of rotates back. Doesn't look like it's slowed down, but there was definitely that spray of blood.
Nice. And then she's going to shoot the just normal 6 shooter at one of the ones rushing forward. 5?
Yeah, that would hit.
Okay, and that's just 2d6 damage. There's 8. 9.
You shake one.
Nice.
Alright, and now, let's say this one is the one that just got wounded and shaken, so it's going to try and unshake. And it unshakes, and it just keeps moving forward. And its buddy goes next, and it also just keeps walking forward. Actually, it does a little more than that. It's walking forward, and it raises up a clawed hand towards you. And from this range, it's what you kind of see is like mist coalescing in his palm. And it kind of forms what looks like an icicle, and then it just launches out at you. Or at least in theory, that's what happens.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah. It's a 9. That is going to not be a raise because of range, but it hits. So yeah, you get hit with this icicle. It does lousy damage. Yeah. Spend a Benny try to kill Rachel again.
Again!
This session. Nope, 6 damage. I'm pretty sure your toughness is higher than that. So, how do you avoid getting impaled by this icicle projectile?
I mean, I have time to see it coming towards me, right?
Fuck yeah.
So can I just dodge out of the way?
Sure.
I mean, it doesn't
You
have to
kind of
be...
just like sidestep it.
Yeah.
Is it cool?
Yeah, it's very cool.
Okay.
She does not slip and fall off the rock.
I don't know. Roll agility. No. Yeah, you sidestep, like your duster swirls and it goes flying past, hits another rock, and just shatters.
Yeah, I like that.
You can see the creature just kind of. It doesn't. It's very impassive.
Oh, yeah.
Like it
Very...
launches this icicle at you. It misses, and it doesn't even like shrug. It just drops its arm to its side and keeps walking forward. Daisy, it's your turn.
All right. So suddenly, the loud train whistle, woo, followed by like the shriek of like a train slamming on its brakes, which I won't say because it's loud, and then an explosion like a train explosion. Boom! As Daisy fires a medium blast template into the biggest mass of these Wendigos coming after us.
All right.
And I got a 7 on the roll, so...
I forgot to do this for the terrain coming up stuff.
Well, I succeeded, so I'm not gonna...
Not gonna spend a penny.
It's a good day, a red day.
It's a nice day for a white Benny.
It's a nice day to roll again.
Alright. Now I'm gonna roll some damage.
All right.
That is not good damage. 8 damage.
8 damage. Oof. Yeah, that shakes a whole knot of them. I'll say you catch 4 of them in that. Well, the medium template is what?
It's 16 squares, but they're probably not coming at us in like, you know...
They're packed together, but they're not super packed. They're a little spread out. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with 4. I think that sounds reasonable. And they're definitely shaking. Like this projectile comes down, rains fire down upon them, and they kind of scatter for cover. Got 5 that need to unshake. First 2. First one shakes it off with a raise. The other does not. So then another 2 are going to try and unshake. 1 does. So 2 have unshaken, 2 have failed. And the last one unshakes. So 2 are still shaken. They're trying to burrow into the snow and get cover from this artillery strike. The others kind of shake themselves off and resume loping forward. Let's see if they're going to have to map. So you've got, I said there were 12. 2 of them failed, so you've got 10 coming at you. Oh, and they succeed easily. So they don't have a map. So describe this scene for me, Haru. You're standing there in the snow. Snow's pretty deep. There's all these rocks around. And 10 of these monsters are loping forward. They're all these wolf skull things. So they've got this. Most of them are loping on all fours, but it's this really weird arch to them or whatever. They look odd, loping forward because they're proportional to like a bipedal human, but they're running forward on all fours. And they're like not on their knees or anything. They're on their feet, and they're tall enough. Their limbs are long enough they can manage it without losing speed like a human probably would.
Just as they're coming up, I'd be like lashing out and cutting like at like limbs and stuff like that to kind of slow them down from getting to everybody else.
Okay.
Trying to like have like bottleneck them almost if I can.
Okay. You get first strike, so go ahead and roll that.
That will be a 15.
All right, that's going to raise.
$18 points of damage.
Poof. All right. So yeah, the lead monster comes loping forward and like clambers up on a rock to get a height advantage and leaps down at you, and
I turn and just do like an upward cut and cut across its belly as it leaps down upon me, and it kind of falls just past me.
yeah, it falls past you. Its guts are just splayed open, spilling out. There's hot blood on the snow, but it smells rotten, and it like scrabbles and claws there for a few seconds, and then it just goes still. And the next one, actually the rest of the pack slams into you. So the first one leaps at you, claws extended. It looks like it's trying to just pin you to the ground. And I got a 9.
My parry is, well, my -4.
Yes, -4, so I got a 5. They are wild attacking, so that comes back up to a 7.
Parry of 9.
Parry 9. Alright. It leaps forward, and you...
I take my swords and just kind of hit the sides of its arms and push it off to a side.
Yeah, you slash that first one, and you just fluidly come back to position, push the next one aside, and then the third one comes at you. Oh boy. It's a 15 plus 2 is a 17, minus 4 is 13. That is going to hit you with a raise.
Yep.
And this one wasn't pouncing, it was kind of counting on the other one to pin you to the ground, so it just comes loping up and it slashes at you with its claws. 11, 14, 15 damage.
I have 12 toughness right now.
So that's shaken.
Shaken.
Okay, that was 3 of the 12, one of which is now dead. Or 3 of the 10, one of which is now dead, so that means I have 7 more. 4 more are going to attack you.
Okay.
They're going to get increasing bonuses, because now they have gang up on you. The other 3 are going to run past. Yeah, 1 for each of you. One's going to come after Macario, one's going to try and get to Daisy. I don't think they're going to do it, since they already rolled in athletics, and they didn't roll super well, so... actually, you were ahead of her, that was kind of the point. So yeah, none of them are going to actually... The 3 that got past Haru, none of them are actually going to get to you this round. But you all definitely see them coming. So I've got 4 more rolls against you, Haru. I've got a +3 on each of these. So here's the first one. Oh boy. Yep, that's a raise. Second one is going to be an 11 minus 4, 7, and that's not a hit, right? Okay, so it misses. Third one. That's cocked. It's going to raise. And the last one is going to whiff it. So 2 raises against you. And they are now getting a +3 damage for their gang up bonus. As they're clawing at you from all sides. Oh god. It's an 11, and 6 is a 17. 17 and 5 is 23. Plus 3 is 26 damage.
I'm already shaken, so that would be 23. It's 11 over.
11 over. So that's going to be 2 wounds. It's only going to be 2 wounds. Just barely.
I'm going to soak.
Oh, you did it. You did it. You don't even need to roll.
It's like,
You're fine. Now, describe that. What happens there? So it hits you.
I think it like hits and its claws bury into me, but I kind of give just the coldest death-like stare, and I just, using my own body, push it out of me.
Okay, yeah. And then as you're doing that, you're filled with this like righteous fury. The next one gets you. Oof, a really shitty damage roll.
It's really intimidated by watching you just take the claws.
That's 10.
Not past my toughness.
Not past your toughness. Well, on the bright side, you're no longer shaken because you soaked all that first attack. So, yeah, it strikes at you, and it's just like a glancing blow off your shoulder, and you're not even fazed by it. All right, Macario.
So he's abandoning the rope plan. It didn't work.
Okay.
These things have approached too close. Haru's in trouble. So he's going to basically pull out the cutlass and charge at the one charging him between him and Haru and try to slice it down.
All right.
And we'll do a wild attack.
Snake eyes.
Yeah, so I'm going to say that Macario pulls this cutlass out, and this thing has always been kind of squirrely, but now it's like squirrelier than ever, and he's on difficult, icy, rocky terrain. So the cutlass basically yanks his arm out beneath him, he slips on the ice, and he's prone.
All right. Okay. Yeah. All right. Haru, you got an ace of spades. Rachel, you got the 9 of hearts. Daisy, you got the 3 of hearts. Macario, you got the 5 of clubs. The Wolf Skulls got the 7 of diamonds. That's not good. One of the Elk Skulls got a Queen of clubs. And the other one got a 6 of spades. I can do this.
I'm going to wild and frenzy attack 1 with my katana.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to wild attack another one with my wakizashi.
Okay. Now you can spread those frenzy attacks around with your katana if you wanted to.
Okay. I'll do 1 on one and 1 on another.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so 3.
Okay. Ooh, that looks like a good roll.
Yeah, 11, 17 on one.
Okay, that's a raise.
And then a 11 on another.
That's a raise as well.
Okay. 20 points of damage.
Okay, it's dead.
Okay. Second one with the katana. 23, a lot.
Alright, well now you have only 4 on you. As you quickly cut 2 down. It's very cinematic, very awesome. In fact, actually, once you're done rolling damage, I'll have you describe it.
Okay. And then my wakizashi. 9, 13.
That will also raise.
Okay. 16, 17 points of damage.
Okay. So, yeah, you kill 3 of them. So, here's our battle scene is we see Macario, he's pulling his lariat. He sees this monster, this wolf-skulled monster coming at him. He draws his cutlass that he nicked from Cain and then was given. And it basically jerks him forward because this thing kind of, it's been used to kill monsters. It's got a little bit of magic of its own, and you fall, it's kind of, you fall flat on your face in the snow and the ice, and it like pulls you forward maybe a foot, 2 feet, pulls you forward 2 feet. I'll salvage that statement. And then you're lying there prone, going oi. And then Haru, the camera, pulls from you and goes to Haru, who's just surrounded by these things, and they're doing that wolf prowling in a circle around you, and some are like darting forward to try and slash and bite at you, and go.
Okay. So as the first one lunges forward with like a downward slash, I block it up with my wakizashi and stab it through the throat. Seeing another one coming, I turn and, using the momentum of pulling my blade, block its arm, pushing it to the side, and cut it down with my waki. And then I turn, blocking a one that's coming up to lunge at me from the ground, and push it down with the blade of my waki and stab it through the skull with my katana.
Sweet. Alright, that's fucking badass. And yeah, 3 of them dead just like that. Oh, but oh no, now it is the elk skull's turn. One of them, at least. They continue their leisurely walk forward. They're in no rush. They're not running. They're just walking forward. And it's still walking forward. And it just holds up its hands. And you feel the temperature drop. Everyone feels the temperature drop. It was already really cold. Now it's freezing. And then let's see if anything actually happens with that. I need to look up a spell, please.
Why are you looking at me?
Because I always pick on you. Rachel, you're standing there on this rock. Got your guns out. You got this pretty cool pose.
Okay, I'm happy
And then
with
you
that.
hear the cracking of ice, and you look down and you see ice welling up over your feet, your legs, your waist, until you're completely encased in ice and frozen.
What the fuck? Do I take damage from that?
No, that's actually the entangle
Oh, okay.
power. So you're frozen in place, and now that I've closed the book on that, I got to pull it back open. Oh shit! Hey,
Right to the page.
that was cool. That was a raise right there. So you may break free on your turn. Oh god damn it! As detailed under Bound and Entangled on page 98. I think it makes sense that you'd have to do a strength roll to break free from ice.
I was just thinking I'm fucked if it's a strength roll.
So yeah, give me a strength roll. With a success,
Is it-
you go from bound to entangled.
Is it my turn?
Yeah, it's your turn.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Strength. Ten.
10?
Yep.
How do you break free? Describe it. You're frozen in ice.
The glare of my rage of these beasts.
Hexslinger with magic bullets.
Okay, hold on. I got an idea. I
what?
got an idea.
What is your idea?
So you're frozen in place.
Mm-hmm.
And those runes carved on rage, the ones that glow with kind of a little glint of that not okay shade of red,
Okay.
they glow bright.
Uh-huh.
And it's that sickly red color,
Oh.
and the ice just melts away.
Yeah, that's probably what happens.
And like it melts away around the gun and your hand, and it gives just enough stress on the ice that you're just
Yep. I've taken a gasp of air.
Yeah.
I imagine.
yeah. And you can act. You got a raise, so
Oh, okay.
you're good to go
so
now.
I can shoot things?
You can shoot things like this thing that's scrabbling up the rock after you.
Yeah, do I see though that Macario's prone and that the thing's loping up to him?
Give me a notice roll at -2. Just because there's a lot going on.
7? You said -2?
-2, yeah.
So 5.
All right. Well, yeah. You take a look. You've got a pretty good vantage point, which is why you kind of got the opportunity at all.
Yeah.
And you're looking around. You see this thing is scrabbling around you, and then you look to your left, and you see that Macario has almost comically face planted down the snow, and you're not quite sure what happened. I don't think you saw his snake eyes glitch. You just see him lying there in the snow. He probably too stunned to really be moving too much, so it almost looks like he's lying there motionless, and this monster is coming towards him.
I'd like to shoot that monster
Okay.
for sure. Is it in range?
Yeah, it's definitely in range.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna shoot that one with the rage with a loaded for bear.
Okay.
I think. And then I'll shoot the one coming up behind me, if I
Alright.
can.
Yeah, sure.
9 plus 2, 11.
That's a raise.
12 and 5, 17.
Whew. Yeah, it's toast.
So, yeah, basically, it's like you're lying in the snow, this thing's coming over you, and then this bear roar just echoes throughout the canyon.
And I think with that, you see Macario, like, lift his head up and look around surprised.
Oh, shit.
And then I'd like to double tap the one coming up behind me.
All right. Yeah.
7.
That will hit.
Okay.
It's going to be a simple success.
11.
All right.
And then 12.
It's scrambling up the rock. It finally gets purchased. It comes running up, loping. It leaps up, in this full bipedal form.
I was going
And
to say, could it just peek its head over the rock and just shoot it twice and it just falls off?
sure. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, it's like getting up
peeks
there.
out and it drops to the ground.
Yeah.
Dead. Okay. Let's see. First, the two that need to unshake. One does, the other does not. So it's going to try and meet up with the rest of its brethren. And it makes it to you, but I think it's going to have to map to get its attack. So it'll do its attack first. There's now 4 on you. So of the original 12 of these wolf-skulled monsters that were attacking you from the beginning of this battle 3 rounds ago, this being the 3rd round, there's now only 5 left. You've just totally butchered these things, as is proper for legendary heroes. And now it's going to attack. It's going to get a +3 for getting up, so net +1. And I got a 5. -4 is going to do nothing. So it goes like, hey guys, I'm part of the team too! and then it whiffs.
Oh.
But now the other 3 are going to go. Alright, first one is going to get a 7.
Got a 9.
9, alright, so it misses. Next one. It's not going to hit. And the third one is going to get a 9 -4 is 5. That means 8, and that's not going to hit. So close. I think I got one more roll. I don't remember, but I'm going to roll anyway.
You got one more.
I'm going to hope to kill you. Nope.
What do you mean, hope to kill ya?
So yeah, they all whiffed. Daisy, I'm going to have to roll athletics for the one that's coming at you.
All right, you better trip.
You might. Oh shit. No, he didn't trip.
No.
But he's bogged down by all these logs that are in the way. And he doesn't, it, really. It does not have a gender that you can perceive.
It will after I shoot him and he rolls up on its back. Or it rolls up on its back.
Yeah. But it doesn't make it to you. It's running, its path is blocked by some rocks, some of these trees and stuff. And, yeah. But it's the other elk-skulled monster's turn. And again, casually walking forward, no rush. Just this looming menace drawing closer
Yeah.
and closer.
How close is it now?
I think they're still long range, because they're not running. They're moving at just their pace die. Or not die, but their pace rating. They're not close. They're still quite a ways away. These things look like they're probably capable of moving pretty fast if they so chose. But they're not. There's just this looming menace, like I said. And what's it going to do? It should do something interesting. What should it do?
Pick its nose.
It should pick its nose. Okay. It starts picking... No. It does not. What does this thing do?
I think it realizes it left the oven on, and it's got to turn around and go turn it off.
You know, that's a good point.
Runs away.
And that gives me an idea, so thank you.
I do have another idea.
Okay.
It's going to puppet one of the corpses of the dead ones.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Austin, whose team are
Yeah.
you on?
Yes.
He is a sad clown, remember.
That's good enough. So,
Do it. I know you're gonna fuck me over anyways.
actually, no.
I don't know. I've got 5 on me,
There's
so
a
That's
lot of
true.
corpses
Yeah.
around him. So.
I'm actually pretty okay so far.
It holds out its hand, and you see wisps of frost kind of whipping around it. And then one of these is actually the first one you cut down, the one that's got its guts spilled out. It just near your combat situational awareness, you see ice forming along its joints, and then kind of like seeping into its skin, and tendrils of frost slowly knit it and pull it back together, and it gets back up in this really jerky way, and then it turns to face you.
God damn it.
So now you have 5 of them on you.
I'm sorry.
That was good, though. That was good. I'll even give you a Benny for that. Take your, 30 silver?
You're a silver Benny.
And it's your turn, actually.
Okay, so Macario would like to not be on the ground the rest
Sure,
of
you
us.
can stand up. It costs you a little bit of your movement. I'll say, I don't know. What do you want to do? And then
He'll
I'll-
try to approach Haru again, this time a little more carefully.
Okay. Since you had to stand up, go ahead and make your athletics rolls, but it'll be at -2.
Yeah, I'll spend a Benny to...
Spend your 30 silver Benny.
He got 30 bennies for that?
Yep, you got 30 bennies.
Oh, my God.
It's just really rough terrain, and you see these things looming forward. There's more of these things lurking in the forest.
Save Haru, have to spend more bennies. I'll spend one more. See
Okay.
if I can somehow not roll bad.
Yeah, you didn't do it, huh?
Macario, for the listeners, Macario got another snake eyes after spending 2 bennies to try to reach Haru again.
I don't think you fall flat on your face this time. I think you step into a snowdrift, and you just sink, right to your chest. Does that sound fair?
Yeah, I think it sounds fair, and also, at this point, Macario has been broken as a man, and I don't know if it's necessarily that he finds the situation funny, but you might hear in the background some kind of unstable laughter.
Yeah, you're just overcome with how much worse could it get? Come on, go ahead.
He's seeing
What
his
the fuck?
best friends have to fight these things, and he can't even get there to help them.
Hey, we ate your bowl,
Stop
so
bringing it up. That was
you
super
helped
sad.
us a lot.
That's true. Your bellies are full of delicious
Delicious dome. Daisy, it's your turn.
All right, I'm wheeling the railgun towards this one wolf thingy coming at me, and hopefully putting a railroad spike in its head.
Listeners, there's a dice going on the field.
That's only a 7.
Or a die. A 7?
Yeah, so it's a hit.
That's a hit.
That's
Yep.
only 3d6 because I overcharged my bolts. 8 damage.
All right, that will shake it.
Yeah. Well, I guess. Oh, last time I rolled worse after I rolled 8, so nope, not gonna do it. Don't go backwards.
Yeah. All right, here we go. New round, and there's going to be some developments. But let's see what the order is. Haru, you got a 7 of clubs. Rachel, you got the 8 of clubs. Oh boy, this is not a good start. Daisy, you got the king of clubs. Macario, I can't get your name right. 10 of clubs. Oh boy.
Flush.
The wolf skull monsters. Oh no, Jack of diamonds. Hearts. I swear I'm good at this.
They're not going to get it.
Now that you
Are
said
they-
that,
They're not going to get it.
6 of diamonds for the first of the elk skull monsters.
It won't be it.
you said it,
won't
Austin.
be it.
You had to say it.
It's not it. It's the 8 of hearts for the other one. I had you. It's worth a Benny to myself. So, you're fighting. You're in the middle of combat. These other two, these two elk skull creatures are just walking forward. They're doing this weird magic, who knows what. This winged thing is just standing there watching impassionately. As it's watching Haru, you cut down these mooks, the wolf skull things. It kind of slowly, casually turns its head to the left to look back into the forest. Kind of tilts its antlers forward, back towards you, and then looks back, surveying the battle. And you see the trees behind it begin to shake. And you see these things launch themselves into the air. They've got to be the size of a grown adult human, but they've got these huge black feathery wings and large. They look like they're bipedal, which I guess actually birds aren't bipedal. But anyway. And they've got these. Their feet have got talons, and they've got these huge. Their heads are the skulls of crows, and they come flying forward out of the forest. There's 4 of these things, and at this point, you're facing something altogether new and horrible. So everyone, give me a fear check.
A
negative-
have to fear.
-6.
Is fear checks.
15.
I got a raise.
Nice. You're fine.
I got a 4.
You got a 4.
after adjustment.
That's good enough.
Simple success.
Simple success. Yeah, you, Macario, you see this and you're laughing. You're like, oh, it got worse. And it's just like it doesn't even faze you anymore because it's just the way things are. It seems. And yeah, you're, between just being dead, being yourself, and with Lazarus Black actually helping you and fortifying you, you just like bring it. And Daisy and Rachel, you probably feel a little bit of fear, like that cold knot in your stomach, but you easily master yourselves and ready yourself for this new threat. And I'm gonna deal out a card for these crow things. Oops, cards are over there. And they got the Ace of Hearts, so they're gonna go first. And they close the distance quickly, fast enough actually that they're gonna split off, and they're each going to attack all of you, 1 against 1. So not 1 against all of you.
I'm just keeping track of how many are on me, and I'm like, okay, so 6.
Yeah, you got 6 on there for the moment. So we'll start with you. In fact, that's my fighting. Fighting is a D12. It comes flying. You see it, and its feathers are black, but they're not glossy black. They're black because they're stained with blood. And there's its body is not covered in feathers. It's got that gray fur that you're used to seeing on the rest of these things, and there's bits and pieces of what looks like human skin hanging from their bird skulls, and they're pretty horrific. And then it swoops down and attacks you. That's 11 plus 2, because they're wild attacking. It's 13 minus 4 is 9. So that's just hits. Which is actually quite lucky for you. And that is almost horrible damage. That's 7. Of course, now that I said that. 7 and 6 is 13, 17 damage.
So 5 over
That's a wound. Shaken and a wound.
I will try to soak.
All right.
I think I do.
Yeah. So it swoops down, it claws at you. You strike at its claws with your weapons and shake it off, and it actually moves on past you.
Great.
Rachel, we're going to go to you next. It's going to swoop down and attack at you. What's your parry?
8.
8. That is going to raise. Oh, that raises.
That's what you just said.
Mm-hmm. So that's 17 damage.
I think that's 2 wounds. 17, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll definitely try to soak.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Both of them soaked.
All right. You're fine, but it swoops down, it grabs you by the shoulders, and it lifts you up into the air, and it swoops up with you in its claws. Macario, one of them's going to swoop down at you. Oh! Oh, no! What's your parry? Oh, fuck. It
Not
raised.
enough.
It got a raise. I don't care what your parry is. I just rolled 2 12s in a row.
Oh god. Yeah, that'll raise.
Here we go. Here's the damage. This is going to be brutal. That's 8, 12, 16, 18 damage.
That's enough, my friend. So that is 11 over my toughness, which would be 2, or shaken in 2 wounds.
Shaking at 2 wounds, yeah.
Okay. I think I'll try to soak.
Okay. Yeah, that's probably advisable. That's Nik S. You soak a wound.
I want to soak more than 1 wound.
Okay. Do you want to add a d6? I get a Benny, but you keep that 4 and you add a d6 to it.
No.
Okay.
I'll hope that I can do it. Whoop.
Well, it's not going to be Snake Eyes.
Oh, I got a 6 there.
All right.
Come on. That's 6-3. That's 2 wounds.
Yeah, nice. So it doesn't sink its talons into you. On the bright side, you're no longer chest deep in the snow. On the downside, you're now about 50 feet up above the ground as it swoops down, grabs you, and swoops back up with you in its claws. Daisy.
Clowns don't always land on their feet.
Alright. Oh, they're gonna attack me here?
Yeah. Another one swoops at you. What's your parry?
My parry is, what, 6? Or 5? 5.
All right, you got a raise. You're the only one left standing on the ground.
Great.
Oh, that was not great damage. 9 and 3 is 12. 14 damage.
That is going to exactly give me a wound, that bastard. If 1 Benny left. And a d6. We're not taking this wound. Hey, look at that. I didn't take a wound.
All right.
I rolled a 1 on my butt, but at least I had a 3 before.
Again, it's not able to sink its claws into you, but it does grab you and haul you up into the air. That was their turn. Now it's your turn. What are you doing, Daisy? You're in its claws. You're 50 feet up in the air.
50 feet up. It went that far up.
Yep.
That fast.
It's fast.
Not even carrying all the weight of Daisy and her gun.
It's big.
Alright.
Let's say 20 feet for
Okay.
those of you who got yoinked.
Well, I'm going to try to do what I can to get free of this thing, I guess.
Okay.
So what would that be?
You're actually grappled, so it probably should be either an agility or strength.
Well, they're all the same die roll. Look at that. Hey, I got 5.
Got a 5 against my strength. Uh-oh. I might roll shitty. I did roll shitty. That's a 5. That's a tie.
It is.
I have an idea.
Sure.
Maybe instead of like him getting let go of, maybe him fighting it causes it to swoop down like a little lower.
Sure, I like that. So you don't get free, but it's struggling with you. It's not able to get more altitude, and so it kind of drops down to about 10 feet up above the ground.
Okay. A 10-foot fall is much more survivable than 20 feet.
Yeah. And the wolf skulls. Alright, first one's going to attack you. They're getting a +3 because you ignore the first point of... ooh, I screwed up on that last round. +3. Oh, shit. Doesn't critically fail, but yeah, that one that just got back up of all the ice and shit looks like it's still kind of adjusting and snapping things back into place, and so it goes to swipe at you and just like overextends and misses. Then the next one, so that's the second one. Got 6, not enough. Actually, it'd be a 2. Number 3 doesn't critically fail, but also misses. Number 4. Doesn't critically fail, but misses. And number 5. Come on, number 5. Blow it up. Blow it up. Come on. Number 5 is alive. Well, number 5 didn't blow it up, but number 5 got a 9 minus 4 is 5 plus 3 is not enough. So yeah, you're just weathering the storm of claw attacks. Most of them are pretty inept because there was a lot of ones. They're maybe a little... Actually, no, they're pretty ferocious. And I forgot they were all wild attacking. Oh well. They're all attacking pretty mindlessly, pretty ferociously.
I feel that they're maybe attacking ferociously, but I'm kind of using that to like.
They're also maybe kind of getting in the way of each other.
Yeah.
Like you know,
rabid dogs, rabid wolves would be like, you know,
exactly. Like I want the first piece of meat. Although they're probably not exactly saying that, but yeah, they're definitely getting in their way a little bit. Daisy, the one that was attacking you, was just like, "Hey."
You're not supposed to struggle.
Well, no, there was the wolf skull one that was on the ground, and then you got snatched up. And so it's like...
that one.
To shoot myself in the foot, it could always just be like, turn and be like,
well,
he's on the ground.
Yeah, you're the only available target, so it kind of turns... Ooh, you know what? No. It lopes off down the path.
God damn it.
Macario, it's your turn.
Macario is 20 feet in the air at the moment.
Yeah, you're 20 feet up in the air.
Alright. He is going to hatch a plan to basically focus all of his blessed energy on this cutlass. Get it handled. Get it, like, figured out. Put all his will into it. Get it controlled.
Mm-hmm.
Stab the hell out of this thing that's carrying him. And as he's falling, use his other arm to loop a rope around a branch and swing out of the situation.
Okay, all right.
And you know how he's going to do all this?
With a legendary bit. All right.
So how many mappings is this? I want to cast a spell, I want to stab a bird, and I want to not die by falling to my death.
So that's going to be three actions, so it's going to be a -4 total.
Okay. And what does the legendary benefit give me again?
You can spend it to re-roll anything. You can also add a d6 plus 2.
To one of those rolls.
To one of those rolls, yeah.
Okay. Well, I know which roll I should probably save it for, but fuck, we're just gonna go ham on this.
Wait, no, roll it first. Roll it first.
Okay. First one is the spell.
Yep.
It's Warrior's Gift.
Okay.
And he's going to give himself trademark weapon on the cutlass.
Ooh, okay. All right.
That definitely ain't gonna do it. So 2d6 plus 1?
A d6 plus 2.
Oh, okay. It's a simple success.
Simple 6. Okay.
So he has trademark weapon plus 1. His parry goes up by 1.
So you cast the spell, and you get, as you kind of like attune yourself to this cutlass, trying to get a hold of it and all the crazy things it's doing, you get a few snippets of a memory almost, like things this cutlass has slain and killed, snatches of monsters, just desperate scenes, and you get a sense of what this cutlass was made to do, and it gives you that trademark weapon bonus and gets you in tune with this thing.
Cool. So for his second one, he is going to wild attack the bird with the cutlass to make it drop him.
Okay.
And he'll do a frenzied attack. So the first attack is an 11, and the second attack... Well, actually, the first attack is a 10, and the second attack is a 5.
The 10 is going to hit, the 5 will not.
Okay. Oh. Okay, so that's 12 plus 6 is 18, plus 2 is 20, plus 1 is 21, plus 2 damage from the wall attack is 23, and 1 more d6. That's another 6, so that is 29 damage. And 3, that's 32 damage. He takes his cutlass and this crazy mystical cutlass, and it basically bisects this thing in like 8 pieces.
Yeah.
While it's holding him.
Yep. You just cut it to pieces and it falls apart, which brings us to phase 3 of your turn.
Yes. So at a -4, he is going to try to use his lariat to slow his fall, or like do like an Indiana Jones style.
Yeah,
like,
hell yeah.
With his left hand. That's what it'll sound like, or it'll sound like. So
It's only 2d6 falling damage.
yeah,
It won't blow up.
it's gonna be fine. It won't be 2 1s.
Austin, why do you cheat?
Okay, I did pretty good. I got a 9.
Oh, you passed!
I got a 9.
You did it!
Minus 4, which is a simple success.
Yeah, you fucking did it. So you throw out that lariat, you catch onto a branch, and you swing yourself down to a nice controlled fall, and you land in the snow, and this bird falls like a couple yards away, and in the snow, the monster.
Macario lands gracefully. He stands up to his full height, and there is a beaming, bright smile on his face.
Yay!
That was awesome.
Take it back. That was great.
Thanks.
That was tense. Oh boy, who's next? Oh, that's who's next. One of the elk-skulled monsters continues its leisurely walk. They're about a medium distance away now. And honestly, I don't think it's going to do it. It's just going to keep moving forward. Most of who it sees are either mobbed already by the lesser wolf skull things, or they're currently up in the air by these crow things, or they're honestly out of sight because they just dropped down. So that was it. Rachel.
I mean, I don't have anything nearly as cool as what Macario just did. But I would like to shoot the bird that's carrying me.
Okay.
That's 11 to...
Yeah, that's going to hit for a raise. Oh, wait. Actually, that's against its parry. What's its parry? It's not going to be a raise, but it is going to hit.
So it's going to shoot off a fire bullet, I think. We're just going to set this thing on fire, hopefully.
Well, it's still holding on to you.
Yep. That's 9, 14, plus 1, 15.
Alright, so that's 1 wound, and it shakes it, so it's going to drop you. But you still get that other shot before.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say. Can I double tap it?
Yeah.
I should have called that before.
You should have called it beforehand, but it's fine.
6. There's 12.
Yeah, it's a raise.
Okay. 11.
I don't want to do the math. I think you killed it.
Okay. I'll take that.
Yeah, I bet.
She's falling.
Yeah, so you plummet to the ground. It's 2 days for this. And yeah, it's dead. It falls. Oh, God. 9... 12 damage.
We'll try to soak. Snake eyes.
Oh boy. You fall and you hit a rock and you hit it hard. You take a wound for the damage and you're going to get an injury. So roll 2d6.
8.
8. Guts as always.
Right?
Roll d6.
3.
3. Battered. So your vigor is reduced to die.
Of course, my bigger.
So yeah, you fall and you land on your chest and like a rib is maybe fractured or something and it just hurts.
But do I watch this crow Wendigo fall in flames?
This crow what?
Crow monster?
Crow monster? Yeah, it falls in flames, complete with prop sounds.
I like that.
Ben, are you sure Wendigos aren't like Pokemon? They don't just say their name all the time? Because I feel like we should just start calling them Wendigos.
We'll get there, but
All right.
they're not at all like Pokemon. There's nothing in this game like Pokemon at all. I refuse to even...
Wendigo! Wendigo!
Oh god, no. No.
Wendigo, use Thundershock!
So yeah, she
Fuck you, Austin.
lands on this rock and is probably winded.
So you fall, you hit a rock, you land on your chest on this rock, you feel something in your chest kind of give a little bit, and you cough up a sport of blood. And Haru, it's your turn.
I'm going to be frenzy wild attacking 3 on me because there's not a lot I can do. I am surrounded. 10 and a 9.
Neither are going to hit with a raise.
Okay. 14.
That will raise.
That's damage.
Oh,
18. 22.
alright, it's toast.
Okay, second attack. 24.
That's damage?
Yeah.
Alright, that one's toast.
Okay. And now walkie attack. 7.
That will hit. Was that snake eyes on
Yeah.
your damage? Well, there's no penalty for it, but
10 damage still.
holy fuck.
Smite and the +4 bonus from Lazarus helping. So
Oh. That doesn't apply to damage.
it doesn't. Okay.
No.
Okay. So my damage would have been 4 less on the other 2 as well.
Okay. Those are still high enough to
Okay.
kill it.
So still 6.
Alright, that will shake it.
Okay.
I'm not going to kill it, though.
Okay.
Yeah, you killed 2 of them, so let me mark that down before I forget. Alright, the other Wendigo sees that you're actually doing a lot better than it anticipated. This is going to be fun. Holds out its clawed hand, and you see those wisps of frost coalescing into an icicle, and it launches it at you. In theory. Oh, I got it. And it hits with a raise.
Ow.
But it's ice damage.
Ah.
You're unaffected because you've absorbed the essence of the Wendigo.
I mean, like, I don't imagine these things being confused, but I also imagine it being kind of confused.
There's definitely like a hesitation, and then it just keeps walking forward. Haru, you got maybe the Joker? No, you got the 9 of diamonds. Ooh, Rachel,
It's getting thin.
you got the Joker. Pass that head around.
I need that penny.
Daisy, you got the 10 of spades. Macario, you got the Jack of spades. The Wolf Skull thing's got the 8 of diamonds. The first Elk Skull got the 9 of clubs. Oh no, the other one got the Joker.
Oh, brutal.
And the Crow monsters got 7 of spades.
So +2s all around.
Yep.
We're boned.
Alright.
He's got more bennies than all of us.
So, Rachel, go ahead. It's your turn.
We don't have to do an agility off?
I'm not going to make you do anything.
Oh, okay. So where did she land then?
It didn't get you that far away. I don't think it even got a turn before you killed it after it grabbed you. So you land. I will say that's what happens. You fall. You hit the rock that you were standing on before, and then you roll down it, and you land at bloody pile in the snow at the bottom.
Okay, so she'll stand. Can I see any targets?
Yeah.
It's like ones around her.
I think you can. Yeah, you can see the ones around Haru for sure.
Okay, I'll shoot 2 of them.
Okay.
Gonna do another Sacramento surprise.
Okay.
6. 11 plus 2.
I have a raise.
So it's a 1 die type of energy, and then the raise, right, is an extra d6. Question though, can I cause the mini avalanche with the sound?
No. Oh, it'd be cool though. So sure.
I was thinking of the tree that you had set up. 17.
All right, kills it. And it's a
Because
thunder
it's thunder,
clap, right?
yeah. It's like a
So,
huge thunder clap is what
You
goes
fire
off.
this gun, and everyone hears this, this thunder, roll of thunder, and it's just loud and right there. And I think there's a couple of results of this. One, Daisy, you get dropped. This thunderclap surprises the thing, and it's holding you so.
Good.
You take 7 damage from your fall.
All right. My armor protects me.
All right, so cool. You land, you're fine. And yeah, it's deafening. You're probably getting the tinnitus sound in your ears. And yeah, the whole pass goes eerily silent for a second, and then you hear kind of a low rumble, and the snow breaks free of those branches and comes rolling forward and slams into the pass, fills up most of it. Definitely will restrict the movements of any more of these monsters that want to come through. And I think it's actually going to wipe out. You don't know if you killed it, but you see one of these elk skull things get caught in the avalanche and buried.
Cool.
And now, do you have another shot?
Well, I was going to say I do, but I'm going to play it since you let me do the avalanche. She's pretty surprised, and she doesn't take the other. She's like standing there and then looking and be like, oh, shit. So she won't take that second shot.
So in the aftermath of that avalanche, that small avalanche, you see the one elk skulled creature get buried in the snow, and the other one gets obscured from view. And as the snow and the vapor settles, you don't see it at all. None of you see it. And then Rachel, you feel hot breath on the back of your
I was going to say, it's right behind me, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. And it's going to take a swipe at you. Got an 8 against you.
My parry's 8, so it hits.
So it hits. No raise. Oh dear. 16 damage.
That's gonna cause some wounds. It's 2 wounds. I'll try to soak it.
Alright.
I'll soak 1.
Yeah, I think it, you turn to face it just at the same time that it's swinging its big claw, and it catches you across your abdomen and sends you sprawling back.
Son of a bitch.
Macario.
So, who is the closest person that I can try to help at this point?
I think probably Rachel.
Yeah, so Macario locks eyes with this thing that just teleported out of nowhere. And he'll try to get up to it and give it some slashes.
All right.
Do athletics, or?
I think you're close enough you can just get to it.
Cool. Yep, he'll do some frenzied slashes. Wild attack. First one is a 12 to hit.
That will raise.
The second one is also a raise.
Yeah, also a raise, yep.
Oh my god. Okay, so that was 14 plus 7 plus 2. 23. Second attack.
Hold on a second. Guess I'm going to try and soak that one. 23, you said?
Mm-hmm. Second one is 18.
Okay, so that was 3 wounds on that first one. I'm going to try and soak. Alright, so he soaks all 3 of those wounds. What was the next one?
18.
It's going to be 2 wounds. I'm going to try and soak that one. And he does. So your cutlass strikes at this thing, slashing at it, and it kind of like, as the first blow comes, tosses its head and catches your cutlass in its antlers and knocks it aside. And then you go for the second blow, and it kind of turns and it catches your wrist with its big clawed hand, and then tilts its head at you and shoves you back.
Cool. Yeah, he stumbles backwards and catches himself on a stone.
Yeah. Daisy, you're up.
Alright, so this thing that just dropped me,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna turn around,
Fire at it?
fire at it.
Alright.
Try to drop it out the sky. Because I didn't like that. That's 6 to hit.
That will hit.
Oh, that's some good damage. 14!
It's going to be a wound. It's going to try and soak it. It does. It soaks it. Haru, it's your turn.
I'm gonna frenzy attack. Let's see, there's still how many on me?
2 on you.
Yeah, I'm gonna frenzy attack the 2, and I'll also try a walkie attack if that ends up failing. 12 and 13.
Those will both raise.
Sweet. 15, 23, 27. Yeah. And the second one. Shitty damage. 4, 7, 11, 12.
That was enough. It's fine. The last of those falls, slain by you. The last surviving crow monster thing just keeps flying on down the pass. And it's just you, all of you, and this elk-skulled monstrosity. So, Haru, you get 6 of hearts. No face cards for you. Rachel, you got the 9 of spades. Daisy got the queen of spades. Macario got the 2 of diamonds. And this thing got the 6 of clubs. So, Daisy, it's you again.
Me again. Alright, wash, rinse, repeat.
Alright.
This thing must go down.
And
this time I'll be able to roll damage, right?
As you all are fighting this thing, you start hearing screams down the way.
I knew that's what it was doing.
Alright. Woohoo! Now that is a double raise. Damage is 10.
That will shake it.
Alright, well,
So it's shaken. Rachel, it's your go.
I would like to do a headshot.
Okay.
That's an 8.
Alright, that'll hit.
That's 12, and then 16.
I think it's dead. Bullet takes it right in the skull, drills it, and it just collapses to the ground.
Yeah, she, like, spins open her barrel and dumps empty shells out.
Alright. Yeah, you hear the screaming going on past you, down where the survivors fled. You look back up the pass to where that winged thing was standing, and it's still there. You can see it past, there's some of the avalanches in the way, and it cocks its head to the side, sort of just casually shrugs, and turns back around and disappears into the forest.
Macario curses under his breath and then says, "If they are screaming, then they are alive. We go!" And starts trudging up the hill.
You run down the pass, and you hear the screams, and then you hear a deeper, more guttural roar.
Hurry!
Everyone give me athletics rolls. You suffer a level of fatigue there, Daisy. This is some hard running. The snow is deep. And did you succeed?
Yeah, I did.
You
Just
did?
simple
Okay.
success.
So you're the first one that rounds the bend, and you come up short because you see the wagon, you see the people taking cover in it, around it. You see the horses, and you see the broken bodies of the two crow things and the one wolf skull thing that got past you all. And there's like one of them has been slammed into a tree that's now broken and at an angle. The wolf thing looks like it's just been torn in half, and the second crow thing is lying limp in the snow. Its neck is just at the wrong angle. And standing between these things and the wagon is a figure. It stands 8-9 feet tall, covered in a shaggy coat of brownish black fur. It looks at you, shuffs once, and then bolts towards the forest.
Okay, I want to run to the people in the wagon and make sure everyone's okay.
They're shaken. They're scared. They're not entirely sure they understand what happened, but they're okay. So, yeah, like, Charlie Wise is just like, those things came, they got past you, and I thought we were done for. I took a shot at one with my shotgun, and it just kept coming. And then that creature stepped out of the forest and saved us. I ain't never seen nothing like that. Not in all my years living here.
Pray you won't see it again.
I don't know if it's helping us against these monsters. I could stand to see some more of it.
You know, someone told us that there are good things out there protecting us. Maybe that was one of them.
That's downright heartening to hear.
And there are bad things out here hunting us. Let us get to town.
Yeah, let's keep on moving. You get the wagon going again, you get everyone checked, and it's slow going. It's slow going. It's a heavy wagon, thick snows. Yeah, I think it's about the next day, afternoon. You're rolling along. Everyone's keeping an eye on the forest. Everyone's pretty scared. Everyone's hungry. Everyone's cold. When you see up ahead on the path a group of people. Everyone, give me notice rolls.
Simple success.
Ooh. I got a 10 on that.
So you both notice that this group of people that's up ahead, and they're a group of Native Americans. You can definitely tell that. Daisy, you can tell that there's women and children among their number, and also it looks just from their dress and everything else. It's kind of hard to tell because they're all bundled up and they look a little samey. But there's a couple of different tribes represented in this group of people.
Okay.
There's definitely Klamath, there's definitely Modoc, there's definitely Takelma.
We'll mention like these folks are all from a different tribe, it seems, or different tribes.
And looks like they've got 2 horses with them, and 2 riders come riding out to meet you. Not real fast, but definitely at a casual gallop.
We slow the wagon down and raise a friendly hand.
One of the horsemen is a pretty gnarled old man. He's got white hair spilling down over his shoulders. Comes riding up, and the person next to him is a younger person. The older man is a Modoc, and the younger person next to him is Klamath, which is kind of odd to see the two together, since historically the Modoc and the Klamath were not the best of friends. Quite the opposite, actually. And yeah, he comes riding up and says, "Where are you headed?"
We go to Jacksonville.
"May we join you? We have women and children. Our lands are no longer safe."
Nothing behind us is safe either. The creatures. Have you seen them?
Yes, the Wendigo.
The what?
The devourers of flesh. Yes. I've never seen these monsters in such numbers before. Oh, well, to be fair, I've never seen these monsters ever before, but we've heard stories. We'd still keep our traditions.
Do your traditions say anything about how to kill them?
Force of arms, fire. Some legends speak of pouring tallow down their throats, but I don't see how that is a practical way to kill them.
So it's just the old man and the boy that rode with him, right?
Yeah, the other people are kind of holding position.
Macario looks the old man in the eyes and very seriously says, do you know what they were before?
Yes.
Can they go back? Turn back?
I do not believe there are any legends that speak of such a thing. When you are taken by the spirit, there is no going back.
I think I knew that.
My name is Whitehawk. May we travel with you to safety?
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
How many of you are there?
There are 30 of us who have survived. So, you continue on. The wagon meets up with the rest of these refugees, and you carry on towards Jacksonville. And the young Klamath boy that was with Whitehawk, the Modoc old man, keeps kind of giving you an odd look, Macario. And you're traveling along. He's on his horse, and you catch him like looking at you quickly. Looks away every now and then.
If you're curious, just talk. I'm getting rather tired. A little conversation would be good.
He looks a little self-conscious at having been caught, and then he nudges his horse closer to where you're at, and you are the colorful one, right?
I thought I was.
He looks around quickly, and then he says, I think I'm supposed to give you something.
It's a flower, isn't it?
Yeah. How did you know?
Let me see it.
And he reaches into his coat and he pulls out a perfect yellow flower. And he hands it to you.
Macario takes it and pins it right where the other one was from so many weeks ago.
The lady said, spring will come. And then he nudges his horse away and continues riding on.
Macario nods to himself, kind of has a grim expression. Starts once again subconsciously just kind of feeling of the flower once in a while.
Yeah, you finally make it back to Jacksonville, and homes are found, shelters found for these refugees. No food is found. And where do you go? Where do you all go?
Well, of course we got to report to the sheriff, as always.
Yeah, I feel like we would let Ross know that we've got out to the ranch and are back.
What's your attitude, your demeanor? How are you feeling as you go walking into the sheriff's office?
I'm just exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
We've been on march for multiple days, multiple fights with horrible monsters, just mentally, physically, emotionally exhausted. Everybody.
I literally have a level of fatigue from...
Yeah.
Feeling distant, he's realizing that we may have saved more people, but for how long? If these creatures become monsters because of the hunger that overpowers their rationality and makes them feed on other people, and we've just brought more people into an area without enough food. We already didn't have enough food. So Haru's kind of quietly mulling over, like, we need to feed people so that way we don't have outbreaks in the middle of town. I mean, he might find a local hunter and gatherer and, like, go on, like, let's get bark and pine needles and make weird soup.
I think that's already happened at this point.
That you can eat sycamore trees, apparently.
Yeah. This is probably already happening at this stage. But you walk into the sheriff's office, and as you pass the threshold of the door, you actually feel a little better. You're not quite sure why or what it is exactly, but the weight on your shoulders is maybe just a little less. And that familiar acrid smell of tobacco, whiskey, assaults your senses as you step in, and there's Sheriff Ross sitting at his desk, looks up, and closes his ledger, sets it aside, covers it up, and says, "Thank fucking God. You lot were gone for a while."
We've learned things.
Yeah?
These creatures were once people. They started devouring the flesh of others.
Huh.
And were overcome.
We ran into a Modoc named Whitehawk, and we call them Wendigos.
Interesting.
And for some reason, they take an interest to the deputy. Like they are toying with her.
How so?
They've had a chance to kill her and then tossed her back to us like she was nothing.
That's disconcerting.
Good news is you got all the folks back from the ranch.
Not all.
All that's left. As well as,
We also have about 30 Native Americans who are...
Glad they're still alive. Probably can help us out. Any idea how we stop folk from turning into these things?
I have one idea. It is time to call for help. We need it. We need a military here. We are not enough.
Well, I sent a telegram to Fort Klamath. I didn't get an answer.
There is the railway. Is it still working?
For the time being, trains are getting through. I'll ask Lon Wei. And we'll see about getting some help, some military help, but... Macario, my friend, soldiers, those of the Union, those of the Confederacy, they're just soldiers. They ain't equipped to fight monsters. We don't have rangers here. We don't have agents. We have us.
Excuse me, Sheriff, but I would rather have a bunch of idiots firing bullets down a field than to go out there again with no food and just us.
The problem I see, Macario, is we bring soldiers here, and we'll have to feed them too. More people means more food spread thinner and thinner and thinner. Military, no matter what country, are always ready to do what it takes to survive.
Then I think we abandon the valley. Find somewhere else to live because we cannot hold this on our own.
if you want to go, Macario, that's your choice, but this is my home. I ain't leaving.
I will stand and fight these creatures, no matter what. It's a problem we made. It is a problem we need to solve. But I admit I am at a loss of what to do. But I do not think uprooting every person here. I mean, where would we go? What would we explain to wherever we go?
Trying to get all these people out of here with all those creatures out there just doesn't seem like a winning solution to us, to me.
I don't know what we'll do, Macario, but we'll pull through.
Perhaps we could find a way of bringing some good spirits back. Appease nature somehow.
There is also Crater Lake, the flowers. He points to the one on his chest.
Where'd you get that?
Same place I always get it. ghosts.
Well, y'all look tired as shit. I know the situation is bleak, but we gotta pull through. We gotta do it for the people that live here. We, my friends, have to be the hope and shield of the weak and the innocent. We can't move all these people, not safely. But let's make sure these monsters are afraid to show their faces in our town. We fight the scary things. That's what we do. So, get some rest. Sounds like I got a lot of work to do. He stands up, takes one last drag on a cigar, tugs his hat on, walks outside. Thank you, listeners, for joining us for this latest episode of Valley of Famine. Deadlands Reloaded and Savage Worlds are the property of Pinnacle Entertainment Group. Sound effects are provided by Plate Mail Games, music by the Eaglestone Collective, and elk calls are courtesy of the Yellowstone National Park Services. You can find links to all of these in the show notes. Once again, thank you. I hope you all have a wonderful, whatever time of day it is you're listening to this, and we'll catch you next time.